Hello and welcome to the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, bringing you the reasons we're broke, ranging from comics, movies, TV, video games, and more. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Kelly.
And this is going to be an ultra short episode, as Kelly and I were out of town, so we won't have the second half of the show ready for you, which is the comic book reviews, but we did want to have something out for this week, and we do have plenty of news that we're going to cover and we're going to try to expand on as well. If you are new to the show, check out last week's episode or next week's, because that's where we will throw in the comic book reviews we do every week, ranging mostly from DC, but we do have some Marvel and especially a lot of indie books too.
We do have some great news for you this week. We're going to start off with some Pokemon video game news. Senior Vice President of Dave & Buster restaurants in the U.S. has stated that they will begin running tests on Pokken Tournament at select locations.
So as of now, there's no North American release for Pokken Tournament. Nothing that they said is going to come out on the Wii U. Nothing for arcades strictly, because let's face it, we don't have a lot of those here in the U.S. Not anymore, at least. But with Dave & Buster's being probably now the biggest arcade place that you can go to, I don't know how far back Chuck E. Cheese is, if that even counts, or GameWorks. But I think Dave & Buster's is pretty much the biggest. I could be wrong, but I've seen more of those, and they're always massive, and they tend to be really busy. So Pokken Tournament, I feel, would be the ideal place to have a tournament like that.
I agree. It's also really smart because now they're appealing to a crowd that they didn't have before. So I've never gone to a Dave & Buster's, but if I got an email and said your local Dave & Buster's has Pokken Tournament, now I'm going to Dave & Buster's.
Same here. If our local Dave & Buster's has Pokken Tournament, we're going to go. We're going to play it. Yes, it'll be packed, but they will have gotten our money at that point. I think it will come out to the Wii U eventually, or maybe the Nintendo NX next year. But this is a good way to try to get more players to go out to the arcades first and try to get that version. And then you can release the console edition, which maybe will have a couple of extra characters, maybe some extra modes.
Cost more money.
Well, that would just be a $60 title right there.
Ugh.
But the latest videos do look great. The people playing it say it's a lot of fun. It is a little bit on the slower side, a little bit slower than Tekken from what I understand. But you're playing as Pokemon. Like, how much fun is that?
And Pikachu always wins. I have yet to see a video where Pikachu isn't kicking ass.
What about the one where Gengar threw a tornado at it and it went flying up in the air?
It was just like surfing the air. It's getting ready to like fall down on his head like pacha.
Okay, well, when we play this, you choose Pikachu, I'm going to choose Gengar, and we're going to see how hurt Pikachu does get.
No, because I would win, and I don't want to do that to you.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's so sad. So I wouldn't put you through that because I care.
Let us know, Brokettes, if you normally don't go to places like Dave & Buster's, would Pokken Tournament get you to a place like that just to play it? You can let us know on Twitter at ReasonsI'mBroke, Facebook.com/TheReasonsI'mBroke.
Up next, we have a good amount of movie and television news. First up this week, we saw the trailer for the new James Bond movie, Spectre.
Yeah, this is the second trailer, a lot longer than the first one, and we get more answers as to what Spectre is going to be and what Spectre consists of.
A silly man, that's who.
Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
Yes. Looks like this is a secret organization that Bond was a part of at some point, and it looks like they are either coming back to try to either go after Bond, or some kind of mission that he goes on might conflict with their agenda, and that's when he figures out that, okay, I need to go back to where I was before I was a secret agent and actually confront these people who I don't really even know much about.
See, I thought it was more of maybe these are people that he's hurt in the past, and now they're trying to get back at him by doing all this stuff.
There's one line that Christoph gives, and that is that I am the author of your pain. And that could be that throughout his life, hardships that Bond has gone through were because of this man or because of this organization.
That's what I saw. But there's also the line where it says, well, how are all these people connected? And he says, through me. If they were all part of the organization, then they would have been connected through the organization, not necessarily James Bond.
That's true. Yeah, this Spectre movie is one that's gone over budget already.
Good for them.
And
whatever, they'll make their money.
Same director as Skyfall, which I absolutely adored. I like Casino Royale a little bit more. I think that's my favorite of the recent Bond films. But Skyfall was excellent, just underneath Casino Royale. And the same director, Sam Mendes, I will say Skyfall was better directed than Casino Royale. And he's returning. And I think this is the first time that a director comes back consecutively for a Bond movie. And I'm really happy that Sam's coming back. I mean, Skyfall, did you enjoy it as well?
I did. It was a great movie. I especially liked the song. Now it just plays in my head all the time.
By Adele.
Yes. But that's good. That means that they picked a good song, because whenever I hear it, I think of the movie and vice versa. You did mention, though, that this has the oldest Bond girl to date in it.
That's correct. She is 50 years old, and yeah, she would be the oldest Bond girl so far. Her name escapes me right now, but she was in the second Matrix movie, and she played the... I don't even remember her character in there, but she wore the all-white dress, and she made Neo kiss her as he kisses his girlfriend because she wants to feel that love again.
Aww.
And that was one of her tests. But he has to kiss her in front of his actual girlfriend. He was like, like really upset.
Okay.
So she's coming back. She's an Italian actress, and yeah, she will be in this Bond film as the oldest one, which I think sort of fits because Daniel Craig is getting up there in age, and he doesn't care. He'll do the young women, he'll do the old women. It's James Bond.
Of course. But yeah, I think that that's great, and if I look like her at 50, I'll be happy.
There you go. Here's where we transition more into the superhero news. This one is actually Jurassic World.
Yes.
But we now know that Jurassic World has surpassed The Avengers as the third highest grossing film of all time at the global box office.
Yes!
You really enjoyed Jurassic World.
I did. I loved it. I was so excited. That kid next to me was so excited.
How shocked were you that Jurassic World has done this well at all? Period.
I'm so shocked, because I feel like when Avengers came out, all anybody ever talked about was Avengers. And I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Jurassic World. So it surprises me that it's done so much better.
You could also tell some of the special effects, like we talked about the raptors, they didn't look like super realistic or anything. I think we said that even the CGI in the original Jurassic Park, some of it looked better than the one in Jurassic World. So I feel like even the producers of the movie didn't expect it to make this much money.
Right.
Now we know that the budget will be bigger as we move forward with the Jurassic Park films.
So receipts total $1.522 billion compared to the Avengers $1.52 billion.
And that's growing.
Yeah.
It's still going.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited.
Jurassic World now sits behind the Titanic and Avatar in second and first place respectively.
With these strong showings, Universal Pictures has officially greenlit a sequel set to release June 22nd, 2018.
No official title yet, but Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard will reprise their roles in this sequel.
Keep Chris Pratt. We can get rid of Bryce Dallas Howard.
Why didn't you like Bryce Dallas Howard?
Because she was terrible.
Those were your two stars in the movie. You bring them back for this multi-billion-dollar...
No, women were only going to see Chris Pratt, and men were not going to see Bryce Dallas Howard.
I don't think women were going to see Chris
No,
Pratt.
I was
It's
going
Chris
to see.
Pratt.
I was going to see that T-Rex. That's what I was there for.
Now, if Jeff Goldblum were in it, that'd be a different story.
Or Newman, he could come back from the dead.
I guess we didn't really see him die. We just saw that ton of blood spill out. He just bled a bit.
Maybe he killed the dinosaur. We don't know.
That's true. That's the dinosaur's blood, not Newman's.
Newman's definitely dead. Come on.
So you have to greenlight a sequel to this with Jurassic World.
I think that Jurassic Park movies could come out forever and people would still go see them. Because they're not particularly good, but they're so entertaining. And watching this, I felt the nostalgia that I got when I watched it as a child. Like, I was still so excited to see these dinosaurs. And, you know, now this movie is that for kids now. So in another, how many years has it been? 10, 15 years? If they bring out another one, they're going to go see it. And then that's going to become that kind of movie for their children. And until they make real dinosaurs, I don't think that's ever going to stop.
It had been a while before we had seen a dinosaur movie like this. So it does feel like they filled that market that I didn't even know we needed to see. Like, when I first heard that Jurassic World is being made, I'm like, oh man, like, the last two weren't very good. And I think I saw it like Terminator Genesis is looking now. Like, it's just going to be this weird flop and not going to do as well. And everyone started talking about Jurassic World and going to see it. I was like, holy shit, I guess this is actually pretty decent. And that's when we looked up the reviews and we're like, wow, I guess it is pretty alright. We went to see it and you guys heard our review.
It's pretty alright.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Let's spend $40 at the movies because it's pretty alright.
But they were so smart in tying it right back to Jurassic Park 1. That's the one. It almost ignored 2 and 3.
Yeah. Was there a 2 and 3? I don't
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum was in the second one. He was the star. That should have been a great movie.
He should have been in this one, too.
Maybe in the next one.
Maybe he'll be in the fifth. It should be called Jurassic Goldblum.
Done.
Can they merge his DNA with a dinosaur and make little things popping out of eggs with his face on it?
He's like, hi.
It's perfect.
All right, now we have some superhero TV news. In a special screening for the upcoming Supergirl TV show, CBS invited 400 mothers and daughters to enjoy a sneak peek.
After screening, Melissa Benoist, star of Supergirl, surprised attendees with a personal appearance.
Yeah, she signed autographs, took pictures, and interacted with fans. There's a video that CBS did release of this whole event, and they even had like little Supergirl tattoos for all the little girls. And she was out there with the fans posing with as Supergirl right after they had seen it on the big screen. I don't know if they had actually seen the first episode or just like a longer trailer, but either way, this was an amazing experience for all the attendees.
Of course, and the way they film it and present it, you can tell they were just all so excited, and it really presented a feeling of, now these little girls feel empowered and they can relate to Supergirl and they feel strong and want to go out and accomplish things, and they really capture that very well in this commercial.
Yeah, I thought it was well marketed. Like, that's exactly how you want to do it. And that is, as we said before, when the first trailer came out for Supergirl, that is who they're actually trying to go for, the female market. And that's fine. Do you see a problem with how they did any of this? It's
smart. Because, yes, that is their audience, women and little girls, and I understand that that's what they're trying to go for, and the commercial was very heartfelt, and at the end I was like, aw, now I want to watch this and feel empowered and this excitement and this closeness to my mom and da-da-da-da. But I still hate it.
Why did you hate it?
When I shared my opinions on Supergirl, I kind of said it from the beginning. Like, I understand that it's geared towards women, and it falls into the stereotypical woman of needing to feel empowered. And that bothers me, because we are empowered. I don't need to see a woman on the screen taking charge of her life for me to decide that I want to take charge of my own life.
Yeah, that's for you, but you think younger women or older women that have daughters, like, maybe that is good for them, isn't it?
It is, but then it all falls back to the why have we let our young girls feel this way in the first place?
I suppose so. I don't know. I think this was the right... You didn't want to market this as like some kind of action show or anything. Everything they did here is correct.
Right. And I agree with that, but for me personally, and again, it all just falls back into society and how... the role that we've put women in. And I think this is a step to bring us out of that, but I wish we were already out of that.
Well, yeah, of course. Either way, I think even though this is marketed towards 51% of the population out there, I think guys, especially like me, who are into the comics or into the superhero frenzy right now with all the different movies and TV shows, they're going to see this just because it is a superhero comic book based TV show. They're going to give it a shot regardless. I think. I know I am, for sure. I'm not going to deny myself a TV show just because it wasn't marketed specifically to me. There's plenty of things out there already that are marketed to men my age. Like, it's fine. Who gives a shit? I'll give this a shot. I'll watch it, and I may enjoy it, or maybe I won't. But it looks really good so far.
We will definitely give you guys our review once it does air, and we get a chance to watch it. And I'll probably be saying, why's she gotta be this way?
Probably, and I'll be like, it was fun, Kelly. It was a fun show.
It was good. I didn't know you women felt that way. I'm sorry if I put you down.
So now we have some X-Men news.
Bryan Singer, producer of the X-Men films, touched on a possible X-Men Fanforstic crossover. X-Men Fantastic Four crossover.
He was quoted with saying, "Those ideas are in play. That would be a natural matchup because they're both ensemble films and there is a natural mechanism by which to do it. It deals with time. That's all I'm going to say."
This rumored movie would release sometime in 2018.
I'll tell you what, Fox owns both these superhero franchises to put into a movie. And the big thing right now is actually doing crossovers. Like you're seeing with Batman crossing over with Superman. You're seeing the Avengers, and when Iron Man was crossing over with Captain America, and all the different Marvel superheroes started crossing over. It seems like a lot of these studios are looking at that and they're like, okay, that's the formula right now. We need to do it and rake in the money. X-Men and Fantastic Four aren't typically what you'd think of, like, oh, those are the perfect crossover teams, but it's what they own. And I'll tell you, I would pay to see those two teams on the big screen working together, fighting against one another, whatever it is they end up doing in terms of plot, especially since X-Men, the last two were pretty good. I especially liked First Class. Fantastic Four looks promising, although that's not out yet. Who knows? But I would not be surprised if you went and saw Fantastic Four, and after the credits, you saw one of the X-Men, Hugh Jackman, appear at the very end of that.
Hugh Jackman? Will he forever play Wolverine?
He says he's going to do Wolverine. He's going to do Wolverine in the Deadpool movie.
Okay.
And he's going to be in another one of the X-Men movies, The Apocalypse. And then he says he's going to do a solo Wolverine movie, but that would be his last one. I don't believe it. I think they're going to add more zeros to his check and he'll come back.
He could be like old man in a wheelchair playing Wolverine, and I would still go watch him play Wolverine.
Well, that's the rumored thing, that he would be Old Man Logan in his solo Wolverine movie. And even then, they could continue it with that. Who says there has to be only one Old Man Logan movie?
That's awesome. I really want this guy's boss, though, to be like, what'd you do that for? We're not doing that. Like, he's just talking things like, oh, yeah, those ideas are in play. Like, we're thinking about it.
Well, it's Bryan Singer. He's got so much pull at this point with all the money that X-Men movies have made. He can say, we should make a crossover, and they would do it.
He should say we should make a Batman crossover.
Batman fighting the X-Men and the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, and he beats them all up.
Well, I'm sure he already has a plan for every single one of those characters, including Wolverine, everyone. If you don't believe me, I'm sure it's happened somewhere in comics. If not, it should be written. Wolverine versus Batman.
And Batman would win.
It's already like that Dark Claw comic. You remember that? Dark Claw, it was where it was Bruce Wayne and Wolverine put together, and he has like the long cape, and he's got the claws. And he's got the cowl, sort of, but it's Wolverine's. And in the animated version of that, it was Talia mixed with Lady Deathstrike, if I remember correctly. And then Ra's al Ghul was talked about in the story, and at the very end, Bruce Wayne, Wolverine-ish, dies, and she's holding his dead body. It's a really... I enjoyed the comic. It was drawn by Ty Templeton.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you flip through it. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. But Batman would definitely have a contingency for Wolverine. He'd probably find a way to, like, neutralize his regeneration powers. Like, shoot him with a dart. Yep. And then just...
elbow to the face.
Done. It'd be the shortest movie ever. They can't make that movie.
Bad idea, everyone.
But still make it, please.
So now we move on to towards the end of our podcast, but we do have a question from Twitter Broquette. That's at John72Tex, who asks,
what DC movies did you not like or were disappointed by? For me, Jonah Hex and the Schumacher Batman flicks. Never saw Catwoman.
Good answers. I didn't see Jonah Hex.
Me either.
But the Schumacher films were not very good.
Nope.
So for you, which ones were you disappointed with or did not enjoy?
Definitely the Schumacher films. I saw some of Catwoman, and it was really bad.
It's awful.
Too.
Yeah.
Terrible. The past Green Lantern that we just had, the most recent one, I did not like that either. I just felt empty inside.
That was probably a bigger disappointment than another answer I have, but absolutely Green Lantern, because it told such an amazing story with Jeff Johns in comics. I mean, he did the story for 9-10 years, this Green Lantern epic, including all of the different Green Lanterns, Sinestro, growing probably him the most out of any one of these characters. It's really his story more than Hal's. And we didn't see that translate too well onto film. There just wasn't enough time taken in establishing these different characters and the storytelling. The villain was really lame, and Green Lantern has a huge range of villains they could have gone with.
Right.
And unfortunately, it wasn't good. Sinestro, as we said before, was the best part of the movie, and as well he should be. But the rest of it was so bad that it just doesn't make it worth it, you know. And that kind of gets me a little bit afraid that they won't use him to try to try to separate themselves from this Green Lantern movie. But I do want to see all the different lanterns. I want to see Blackest Night on the big screen. Eventually that has to play out. If not, my favorite story, the Sinestro Corps War.
That would be awesome. I don't see them not using Hal, though. I think they definitely will use him because...
Well, yeah, I mean Sinestro.
Oh, Sinestro. They better use Sinestro.
That's what I'm saying. I hope so.
I would watch it, and then you'd just see me, like, stand up during the credits, and I'd walk out, and you wouldn't see me for a few days, but I would totally be at their office, like, busting into their meetings. The fuck is this?
Oh, you didn't stay after the credits? Sinestro shows up. You're like, damn it.
No. And then I walk out all angry. They're like, haha, JK, guys. He's not anywhere in that fucking movie.
The other one that I was disappointed by, and I'm not saying I don't like it, but I definitely was disappointed, that was actually Man of Steel. Remember after we saw it, you and Al really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I was the one most disappointed, I think. It was one of those cases in which the trailer really fooled the hell out of me. Like, I should have known better, because it is just a trailer, but the trailer was done so well, and it was artful, and it looked great. If you guys remember it, it was just the close-up shots of like a young Clark Kent with the Superman cape and the dog and the field, and then you finally get that shot of like a far-off Superman breaking the sound barrier and flying off into the sky. It was so cool and so awesome, and I expected something similar to that in tone, and it was not at all. And watching it now several times, Man of Steel, I've seen it, I want to say about 6 or 7 times. I do enjoy it way more than when I first saw it in theaters, but I think it's because I'm like, okay, I know what this is now. I know that it's not what I originally expected, and I can like it for what it is. So, in a way, that was a disappointment for me. Opening weekend was Man of Steel.
I do remember you being very upset about that. I enjoyed it. Whatever. It'll be better with Batman in it.
Oh, much better. Oh, yeah. Can't wait for Batman v Superman. That looks like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. All right, so you did promise Broquettes a Suicide Squad Prince of Bel-Air theme song. Mm-hmm. Do you have that one ready?
That is it for our podcast this week. Okay, guys, I got this thing called a job. Sometimes work gets in the way of fun. So, unfortunately, no. The good news is I have a lot of time off this week. I took a little vacation. So, I will be able to work on it. Daniel can pressure me. I will have it out next week.
All right, next week, the Suicide Squad of Bel-Air theme song.
The Squad of Bel-Air?
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. Squad of Bel-Air.
Okay.
We also do want to remind Broquettes that you recently put out a video for YouTube on our YouTube channel.
I did. So if you head over, search The Reasons I'm Broke on YouTube, you can see me talking about some of the DC promotional material that we got from our local comic book shop, as well as one of our listeners at Mr_Mott gave us some stuff from San Diego Comic-Con that he went to last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I want to say it was about a week and a half ago.
And so we talk about that, highlight it, and it's all me, so it's super cute.
Yeah, let's expand a little bit on that. The material we were talking about, or you were showing off with DC stuff, we wanted to show all the Broquettes and any other comic shop buyers out there that regularly visit a brick and mortar store, all the different things that companies like in specific DC, how they've been improving their freebies when they're promoting a book. Like this whole line of DCU, which they're trying to be more inclusive with their characters, getting new readers into the shops, which is always a good thing for the industry and for the shops out there. They're putting out these posters, they're putting out these masks, all these little postcards for Starfire, little things that really help promote the book. Like, here you go, this is awesome, you like this, you like the look of this, you want to see Darkseid fight the Anti-Monitor, here's Justice League number 40. Like, that's out there, and they're doing a really good job. Like, they are actually supporting this line of DCU. It's just a matter of, will people actually come by and buy these books?
And you'll see it in the video, but this is great stuff that they're bringing out, though. I remember when you would get something free from a local shop or something like that, it was like, here's this little flyer. But this is some great stuff, some things that we were even talking about framing and putting up on our wall because we like it so much.
Yeah, like the Anti-Monitor and Darkseid one looks like an old school boxing poster and would look great in any room in the house, like in the fucking bathroom. Who gives a shit? Like, you're taking a shit and you're watching this conflict between Darkseid and the Anti-Monitor.
It's like the conflict in my stomach.
Justice League, go on, asshole, save me.
Oh, gross. We can't put that poster in the bathroom. I would laugh all the time. But you also have one for Black Canary, and it looks like a band poster for their band, which you see in the comic.
Yeah, the poster from the comic you own. Like, you can have it.
Yep.
And in the comic itself, in number 2, I know most collectors won't do this, but if you want to staple it, you have another copy of the poster in the book itself, because it is one half of the pages, and as you turn it, it's the other half, and you can put it together, and that's a poster, the exact same one. So yeah, it's great that they made that available separately. And then for the San Diego stuff, the best one, of course, at least my personal favorite, I think, is the Spider-Gwen print by Stanley Artgerm. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, he's an amazing artist. He's done the artwork for the Sideshow line of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman premium format statues that have come out in the last 2 years, and they look absolutely gorgeous. The prints themselves, even on their own, are a work of art. So it's great to see his work brought to life in the form of a statue, and hopefully they do something for characters like Spider-Gwen, in which he's already done an amazing print for. Get those in statue form. They would look awesome.
You can see all these things we just mentioned and more if you head over to YouTube and search The Reasons I'm Broke.
Yeah, you can find the link at nerdupmedia.com. Just click on The Reasons I'm Broke. I do have a link up for our YouTube channel in specific. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so, because we do put up unboxings every now and again. I know the next one should be the Batgirl black and white line, which we should be getting soon in the next couple of months. And then in October is the Batmobile from Batman the Animated Series, which I'm a fan of the Batman the Animated Series. I have to open it and I have to play with it.
Of course we're going to play with it. Are you kidding?
So I can't wait.
I'm going to come downstairs. You're going to be on your stomach, like, driving it all over the carpet. He's like, Dan, did you do your homework? Yes. So if I open up your homework, it'll be all done?
Danny.
But I wanted to play with the Batmobile. Oh, this is perfect. I can't wait.
Maybe we'll film this.
We should.
Throw it up on YouTube as well. So don't forget to check out the other shows as well while you're on nerdupmedia.com. Check out our shop. If you want to support us, you can head on over to nerdupmedia.com/shop and check out the Nerd Up Media t-shirts, available in a variety of different colors.
They come in both men's and women's sizes, and for a donation of just $16.99, it includes shipping. It could be yours.
That's right, and don't forget to also leave us a review on Stitcher and or on iTunes. That helps more Brokettes find the show, and of course word of mouth as well. If you know anyone that's into the DC Comics, into Marvel, into comics in general, tell them about the show, nerdofmedia.com. They can find us on there.
And if you guys have any comments about anything we talked about today, or any questions you want us to address on the next show, you can leave us a question on Twitter at ReasonsI'mBroke, and we'll be happy to respond and answer.
And once again, this was a shorter episode. We'll have your regular reviews next week. We do apologize for not having them this week. But later on throughout the week, as we finally catch up with the comics, I will tweet out what Kelly's pick of the week was and what mine was for this week. And then we'll have a regular standard format show for the upcoming episode.
Thank you all so much for listening. You can go ahead and put away your wallets and your pocketbooks because we are done being broke this week. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Daniel.
We'll see you on the next episode.